So whatever I do, I start from the scratch and then I level up. And MBA was like that. I was from mass media, and this entire thing in business administration was very new. I had no idea about how things happen. Theater and MBA, again, like people think it's very different, but somehow it is the same. Okay.
Correct.
You need to understand. For example, in theaters, we need to understand the story. Here we need to understand the outlet of like the entire program. And you need to be on stage, give your best, okay? Like whenever you're on
Correct.
stage during theaters, like you need to forget about your of like whatever scares you, like stage fear or something. You need to put that back and be all in that stage.
Hello and welcome to a brand new podcast of Skill Sapiens. Here, you choose, learn, and evolve with us. My name is Astha Singh, and today I'll be your host. So, today we have a guest with a truly fascinating career path who is joining us, and her name is Richie Monte. I, she has been a mass communication graduate who has then tipped her toes in the world of theater, but that's not all. She has also had a lot of experience via in a lot of companies, and currently she is an HR in Infosys Consulting. So, with a career path which is so diverse, I and the whole audience is very eager to learn and know more about your story. So, hi Richie, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Asta. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction.
Yeah.
So, before you start with asking me to introduce myself, I'll only give a brief about it. So, basically, I'm from Orissa, but I have settled in Hyderabad. And in 12th, I was a science student, like MPC with computer science. And then I have shifted my career completely to, mass communication and journalism. I was awarded with the gold medal in my undergrad for being the best student for the department. And after that, COVID hit. And then I realized that, I need to do something which needs to give me a base in this, competitive world. Then I chose HR, and then I have given Snap and everything, and then I got selected in Symbiosis. And I finished my, like, I recently graduated, finished my post graduation from Symbiosis and in HR specialization. So it has been a
Right.
great journey, of course, roller coaster, but wonderful learnings, and everything has given me a chance to improve myself. That's what I would like to say.
Correct, correct. That makes sense. So,
Yeah.
since you've already introduced yourself, I would like to ask you, what was the driving force behind pursuing, flipping your career upside down from being a science background student to going ahead in the path of mass communication? That's not conventional, right?
Yeah. So that was basically my keen interest. I was always very fascinated with arts, and I used to do a lot research and study about literature. Okay, that is where I actually learned about different media communication patterns and everything. And I was very much interested in going to broadcast media. I wanted to be a news anchor, basically. So that's how I started my journey. And when I did research and everything, my parents were very supportive at that point, because after science, they have given me a chance to,
Yeah,
create, like, openly have that space to, explore your potential. So mass communication was like that perfect opportunity that I was looking for, which gave me a lot of self-worth and motivation to do something.
that's nice. So, well, then there's theater, and you've also worked as an actor. So, please tell us more about that.
Okay, so that was like for when I was in my school days, I was always fascinated with drama club and all. So I have done a lot of stage shows during my school days. We have represented our school, in national level and everything. So that time I understood this is something which is there inside me. And when I took the mass comm, like it was all about, being on camera, understanding the graphics, dialogue, everything. So this was like the perfect opportunity where I learned about theaters. There was this one of my mentor, he Akhil sir. So he was the one who actually, did a class in our college, like in Loyola
Mm-hmm.
Academy, which fascinated me a lot. So from that time, I was like, okay, I want to give it a try. And then when I went on professional field, I met with amazing people who have so
Yeah.
much potential, and they have been, doing this theater. And then that's how it started. For like 2 years I have been like on theaters, and I was also working with a lot of assistant, like I was working with like director as AD also. Shekhar
Wow.
Kamala sir, I have seen with, like I have seen the set and everything, so it was a great experience. And yeah, then COVID hit, things got a little different. But that was something I was truly passionate, being on stage, being confident, showing my real talent. So that's
Yeah.
how I just went with it.
So talking about talent, you, I have seen your profile, and we have just discussed that you have done a lot of internships in various and several companies. So do share
Yeah.
about it, and let's start from the beginning itself. How did it start for you, and the most recent internship that you did, and what experiences has it had on you?
All right. So, when the COVID was there, like in 2020, 21, like 2020, 21, that time, everybody's morale was very low. Of course, everybody was getting laid off
Well,
or things were not happening. So that time there was this one startup company, who actually was looking for people, who could work
mhm.
with them and all, because in that crucial time. So I just applied. And okay, it's not like I'm bragging about something, but I have been like sitting for interviews. I have been getting selected. That is like for God grace. I have been doing well in that matter. Like I have never got rejected in any interview. So that company gave me like that opportunity in HR, where
Mhm.
this entire thing actually started. So that time it was like a US recruiting company. So I worked there for quite a time, and that time I learned that okay, this corporate thing I could do. I have that zeal. It's just that people's management is something which I always wanted to do, because
Correct.
I was also part of student council during my college days. I have been around with people. I know what they want, what kind of opportunity they're looking for. So that was the time where I actually learned that this is something I could do for like a long term of my career goal.
Mhm.
And then I did leave that company because it was a night shift, and then I actually wanted to see how my creative level is. So I shifted to a live project with another startup company as a marketing executive.
Yeah.
Again, it was new experience, because as a fresher you should know what you do before you join MBA. You
Correct.
should actually have experience, and you should do the trial and error method, like what works for you. So I have tried marketing as well. I tried understanding the basic concepts and how things actually happen in the real world, especially a startup which is starting from scratch. It
Mm-hmm.
needs a lot of your hard work to build that company. So again, that was something which I thought maybe not my thing I would be doing for longer term. So I kind of leave that, and then I shifted to Amazon. So in that, I have again started with business operation pattern and all. So I've tried everything. And that
Correct.
then I got to realize that, HR is something which I would really want to pursue in a, longer term. Then I decided, even if I'm doing MBA like in future, this is going to be my career path. And when I was in college, like in my MBA, I was blessed to get selected for WNS Global Services company,
Wow.
which gave me a very brilliant opportunity to work as HRBP, which is like a human resource business partner. So I
Okay.
was working with one of the major clients over there, and I was handling their retention strategy and all, which is another great learning. My mentor, Shruti ma'am, she has helped me throughout. So these things have given me a chance to explore my own interest and my potential. So yeah.
Correct. Well, that's a beautiful journey. So you told us about that you were not boasting, but it's a huge thing for me and everybody else that you have never been rejected in any kind of interview that you have sat for. And from Amazon to WNS, it's a lot. So what is your secret recipe? If you can share with us, it would be great actually.
All right. So, a lot of people ask that. I think your confidence reflects on how you present yourself. So I was telling you about theaters, right? So when I was
Yeah,
doing theaters, that one thing that I learned while I was doing theater is never be afraid to show your, like exact confidence, what you can bring onto the table. So that stage fear has gone. Okay. I am very comfortable with any situation that put. So that's first thing is confidence. I understand a lot of people, feel very scared when it comes to interview and all. It's not a test. It's you and yourself. You're presenting it to people. So be very honest about it. Be very, you know, intelligent about handling questions. That's how I would try to phrase it. Like I have seen a lot of people try to, get nervous and try to fumble. No, calm yourself. Do your best because they are trying to understand you. They want to
yeah,
see if you are like the best fit for that person, like that role. So always try to be yourself. Okay, do not try to always push yourself. You want to be like, you don't have to worry about other person, like who is going to be there with you. It's always you who has to give your best. The other person is very much experienced to know that, who has that potential or not. So
correct.
make sure you put your best foot forward and that's it. So I have been doing that and luckily it has been working out for me.
Perfect. Well, I will take that as a lesson. So, thank you for that, actually. So, talking about you and your career path, as you just mentioned that you started off with a startup and then you have
Yeah.
worked on Amazon and WNS. So, I heard it somewhere that I don't remember and I would not like to quote it, but I heard it that it's better to make a big and huge impact on a smaller firm rather than making a small impact on a huge and a large firm. So, what is your take on that, and how does it, unfolded it for you?
All right. Yeah, that's actually very true. But as I was a fresher, and when you come with like a very less experience and
Correct,
it's a startup, you will learn a lot. Okay. But at this point of time, you will be growing. Impact is very important, but learning is also very important.
correct,
And you need to see your growth. So for me, of course, they have given me a lot of learning, but I was looking for growth as well. And a startup takes time. Okay, and impact, of course, in that few time of yours being in that company, you have learned, you have given your deliverables, but now it's time for you to grow. And
correct,
like it's not like, big companies don't have that, like, people space to like give a lot of importance. It does. It's just that you need to see how you are exploring those potential. And I feel after, gaining some sort of experience, like a proper experience, then you work with a startup that would help you, having a broader perspective, like, in terms of business size. Because
mm-hmm,
when you
mm-hmm.
come here, you have very limited knowledge about things,
Correct,
and you just learn what they told, but you need to explore your opportunity. You need to see like what is making you grow in that career path. And once you find that, and then if you come back to a smaller scale company, that will give you a better like exposure and better career growth.
correct, correct.
So that was my thing. I started with a startup. Of course, it was very rigorous because, learning curve they
Mm.
see and how you have so much potential to explore. And plus, when you're fresher, you just need to do a lot of things, like you're all over the place.
Yeah,
So that time you need to decide, like, what you want to do. And that's how I chose bigger companies, because I want to see like the culture, like the corporate culture, which is also one of the major thing when you enter, into MBA and into corporate world. So that's how I picture it basically.
yeah, correct. Actually, startups and corporate as well both have their own part of learning, and it's upon
Exactly.
you what learning do you want at what stage in your life, and then you choose wisely, right? So
Correct.
definitely, it
Absolutely.
can be different from for different people.
People.
So you,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah, of course. But thank you for the answer. So you mentioned about the corporate culture and how you went from um, the mass media communication to then MBA. So how was what was the driving force behind you pursuing an MBA? And what made you choose that this is the right time for me to do the MBA after all of the experiences? So how did you figure out?
So driving force. So when I was doing mass media, like during COVID time, I was interning with one of the radio stations and all. And
Okay.
I saw like a lot of people having different management issues because, nobody expected COVID to be this huge and this rigorous and this dangerous. So when I saw, then I realized, okay, like, a lot of people was getting laid off and everything. A lot of family members from my family who has been suffering from that. And I could see HR was like one of those people who were trying to connect everybody together. They were like trying to change the policies and they were being there for those people who need that. So that time I realized this is something which I would be preferring because it's empathetic, it's strategic, and it is very importantly connection with people. So this is what I have like as my personality is like that. So I thought I would give it a try. And luckily my dad is the one who actually forced me to, like not force, he gave me suggestion that, why would you try this? And that time, and of course my previous experience from the startup, HR was something I would really wanted to go for. And a lot of people have been saying that I have a personality like HR because,
Yeah.
the way I connect with people and everything. So that is it. I mean, yeah, unless I try, until I give my best, I wouldn't know. So that was the only thought, like, okay, I'll do my best. And like as I was from a different, like, diverse background, so I
Yeah.
always have to start from the scratch. So it's
Exactly.
like a new learning curve for me. So whatever I do, I start from the scratch and then I level up. And MBA was like that. I was from mass media and this entire thing, business administration, was very new. I had no idea about how things happen except for marketing because it was a part of our course before.
Yeah.
So HR just happened to be, something I really enjoyed for me. People do say like, HR does that and all, but there's a lot that, there is no business which runs without HR. They are just not administrative part. They have become the strategic planners of the company. So that is one thing that I really admire, and I see how much people put efforts in this career. So that's how it drives me towards this.
Yeah, I completely agree with one of the statements that you stated that HR does serve as a glue that sticks everybody in the organization together.
Correct.
And it's correct. And even I agree on the personality part of yours. So glad you're here. So looking back at your journey, and we both talked about theater, right? So how did theater help you in business administration course? Like how did it
Okay.
groom your personality better in MBA?
That's a very interesting question. Okay. So theater and MBA again, like people think it's very different, but somehow it is the same. Okay.
Connect.
You need to understand. For example, in theaters, we need to understand the story. Here we need to understand the outlet of like the entire program. And you need to be on stage, give your best. Okay. Like whenever you're on
Correct.
stage during theaters, like you need to forget about your of like whatever scares you, like stage fear or something, you need to put that back and be all in that stage. You need to get out of that comfort zone. And MBA is the same. That is the time actually you explore yourself and do your presentations, do your assignments with people. And there are so many people that you'll be working on. So for me as a person, I mean, I was never an introvert. I has always been extrovert kind of person. So in theaters actually helped me to come out of that comfort zone and be open. Talk to anybody, have exercises which will, boost your confidence. I forgot about stage fear, like completely. Like, of course, you get nervous, but whenever you give me a time, like, you need to do this, I would be doing that. And that's what happened in MBA. I was much more confident as a person. I do presentation. So that showed that expression, the body language that I carry during my presentation, it's all because of theaters. Like, they
Exactly.
had given like, the confidence you walk when you enter a room. That was like the main thing that I got from theaters. And of course, the vocabulary. It's very important. Like
Yeah.
your vocabulary, the way you deliver your lines, the way you deliver your presentation, which should have an impact on people. So
Correct.
these major things that, always helped me. And leadership and teamwork. These two things you will never see in theater. Like it will always be there in theaters, how you take initiative and teamwork. And MBA is also about teamwork because any day you will be paired up with some other team. Again, you will be paired
Exactly.
up with some other team. So you should have that teamwork and that agile quality, always be there. So that's what I learned from theaters, and that actually helped me in my MBA journey.
Perfect. So I think what you learned in theater was just an extension of what you learned in MBA and vice versa. Correct.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So for a person like me and for people who have not been there in theater and did not get that exposure. So you talked about certain communication or confidence exercises while you were stating the answer. So would you, highlight more upon that? And what can like normal people do in order to boost their confidence? And definitely everybody feels nervous, right? At some point in time, they have to. So how do
Of
you
course.
calm
Yeah.
yourself, or how do you practice speech? How do you do
Okay.
that?
So this is basically me. So even I do get nervous a lot. So what I do, that was my thing, what I do. So whenever there's a presentation or something which is very important to me, I
Uh-huh.
always stand in front of the mirror and I try to say, which also reflects how I stand, how I talk, how I my hand movements, and how my expressions are. So this helps me to see what I am going to project to other people. So these are the, like, some learnings that I understood. This was happening when theaters was happening, like, we used to mimic each other's acting, like, so that we could see how we look, for other
Ah,
people.
okay.
That's what I did during my MV, because I could not ask anybody to mimic me. So I used to stand in front of the mirror, and whenever I used to have a presentation, I used to see myself and talk, like, and read content. I mean, without reading and understanding what you're going to say, you will not be able to figure out the flow. So I always feel there has to be a structure that you need to follow. Read, continuously read and understand what you're going to present. And after
Correct.
analyzing, a lot of people actually do mistakes while doing presentation is they read out what it has been
Yeah,
written in the PPT, which is not the purpose of the presentation. It is giving you a cue to this is the next point that you're going to speak. But you need to anecdote the entire scene so that people connect to it much better way, and never look at the presentation, because it shows that you are nervous. So just give a glance and then start focusing on your content, talk
mm-hmm.
about some examples and all. So these are the things that I've actually learned with time, like
Correct.
not looking at the presentation, having a proper flow. These all things when you start practicing by yourself. So once you start and like start talking to yourself in front of the mirror, you will see how you're lacking and where you're getting nervous and how you could improve that. So that is like one tip I would like to give to people who are watching, because this is very important. So yeah.
So my next and probably the final question to you is upon the versatility of your profile. So we've talked a lot about theater and that interested me the most. So after theater, you went on to startups and then you worked as a content writer. Then you worked
Yeah.
as a marketing executive, if I'm not wrong. And then you
Yeah.
worked in Amazon and WNS, and now you are in HR. So it seems like a rich profile to me. But have you ever encountered any question in any interview that, hey, Richie, you seem a little confused. Like you have so much on your profile. What do you actually want to do? I mean, have you ever encountered that? And like people do, right?
Okay.
So how do you explain the other person in such a narrow frame of time that and they even get convinced? So how do you do that?
Okay. So, nobody actually asked me about, I have like been confused about the career choices, but they've asked me like, how come you were a science student and shifted to mass communication and then
Yeah,
HR? So that transit that you're gonna say, it should be like a storytelling, first thing.
exactly.
So storytelling is very important, and this is what I've learned from like interviews I've given. I have given mock interviews with really experienced set of people. So they have always suggested me that whatever your story is, try to connect the dots and bring it to a flow. Otherwise, you will lose the people, like, in between. And plus, nobody, like, people are going to ask, like, how from this to, I have seen people who are in doctor, like, they are doctors, but they have also come for MBA, because
Yeah,
management is
correct,
the new thing. Yeah, management is the new thing. Everybody wants to explore their skills over there. So, of course, people did ask me a lot of times that, why this, but it's my choice. Like, it was like the career that I wanted to pursue,
correct.
and from the experiences that I had, it gave me a clear path to pursue HR and to pursue MBA. So that is what my key learning is, always in narrow span, try to have a storyline prepared for yourself, because these are the very basic question you always get during interview. So these are like, how you started with science, and then how you went to MB, like mass comm, and then how
Correct.
you have come to MBA. So I have always have a storyline for that, how, these things were like my strength and my weaknesses, and that's how I wanted to work. I see my potential. So these are the key terms and, storyline that I always follow. And this is how it has always been. So this was a feedback from a very senior person, who has been
Mhm.
in industry for 20 years. He has given me like, you have a very good profile, but you need to connect the dots. So that's how I started
Correct.
doing it. And it has been working really great for me. So storytelling part is very important. In any interview, you are the one who's going to make the flow of the interview. So you need to have a good storytelling, good communication part to convince the other person. So yeah,
Yeah, I think the most important part is how convinced are you in order to convince the other
correct.
person. Correct?
Correct. Absolutely.
So, exactly. So, it's truly been an enriching conversation with you. Your story is like an inspiration for anybody and who's looking forward to forge a unique career path for themselves. And by combining their passion and all the experiences. So, thank you, Richie, for joining us today. It has been a great conversation.
Thank you, Astha. Just before I leave, I just have to say one thing. Everybody has a very different journey. And for
Correct.
me, it has been always been, a very roller coaster ride, because of course I had my lows and my highs at the same time. But you need to be focused. That's it. Like if you have a goal, you need to like, enjoy the journey. You need to make sure that you are working for that goal,
Correct.
and never like, of course failures are going to be there, but rejection are just a part for a better future. So always try to take that, and I always believe that, your journey makes you different from others. So never
Correct.
compare. Never compare. Yeah.
So thank you for this, all the insights that you have shared with us. It's been a wonderful conversation with you,
Absolutely.
and it was a great to talk with you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Asta. It was a lovely session with you as well. You are a great host. Of course, you may be very comfortable with that.
Oh my God.
So thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you for having me here today.
Thank you. So that is all for today. And keep learning, keep exploring, and keep building your versatile skill set because you never know that which fascinating career path it might lead you on to. I think Richie will agree with us.
Absolutely. You have made the correct sentence for that for sure.
I did. I did research a lot. So thank you. Thank you for joining us. It was a very pleasant conversation.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much. And all the viewers who are watching, like, you can connect me on LinkedIn if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah,
We
we'll share
are
the
always
profile.
there. And if there's any kind of queries that you would like to address, I'm always there. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.